Hey, welcome back to JazzTime. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Zenith Class Moonphase, well actually Class Elite Moonphase Grande Date in rose gold. This one comes on a black alligator leather strap. Reference number 18112569102C490. Now those are all sort of delineated or otherwise marked with dots or hyphens. It's not really all that consistent with how it's written out with its model number, but that's the general gist of it. It's a Zenith Class Elite Moonphase Grande Date in rose gold. That's essentially what this is. As you can see on the front of the dial, we have the Class Elite automatic right there on that nice silver dial. We'll be going over the case, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the movement and the strap, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of these throughout the video. All right, so zooming out a bit, we have a 40mm case. That's the finger to thumb distance there. The diameter from the 8 to 2, 2 to 8, or the 10 to 4 diameter, same thing. 40mm. All right, nice and thin profile, under 12. It's actually below 10mm in thickness. It will slide very nicely under a suit cuff. And also, we have a full high polish presentation here, all entirely in rose gold. As you can see, it's all fully high polish, no satin brush finishing anywhere, only just very light bevels here and there, just to sort of delineate the lines of this watch, as you can see as I trace around the bezel here. There's some clear lines to sort of show the modularity of this watch. Now this bezel here is smooth, it's domed, and well, there's not really much to say about it other than that it really completes the watch. It gives it a sense of depth and just a little bit of extra space between the index markers on the dial and the edge of the watch. And you can certainly know that you're dealing with rose gold in this case, looking directly at it. Okay, now we also have an exhibition case back, so you can see the movement all the way through. More on that in a moment. And on the front, we also have another glare-proof sapphire crystal, matching that of the back, obviously bigger to match the size of the dial. We have a silver dial, silvered white dial, sort of, with a sort of hobnail type of texture at the center, giving it a very nice sense of distinction with that texture, so you can, really differentiate the numbers from the rest of the dial, and gives it a good sense of contrast with that moon phase at the 6 o'clock. The date aperture in an interesting position at the 1:30 position, as you can see, sort of located between the outermost perimeter of the dial and the center. We have the hours and minute hands center mounted, small seconds at the 9 o'clock, and a moon phase indicator at the 6 o'clock. Looks very nice if you have the light angled on it at just the right angle. Obviously, in a light box, it's not going to look as nice, but on your wrist during, in the daylight, it's much better. We have Arabic numerals for all the even numbers, including 12, except the 6. That's so that you have more space for that moon phase, as you can see. We have index markers for all the odd numbers, as well as the 6. And on the newer versions of this watch, there are all index hour marks. So this one, being an older generation, does have a very nice sort of aesthetic to it with those Arabic numerals on it, making it a little bit easier to read. All right, now taking a look at the functions of this watch. At the base position for the crown, you can just simply wind it and charge that mainspring barrel, and it works just fine. Now you can pull the crown out to the next position, and this allows you to then change the date forward by 1. And I'm not sure you can hear this, but there's a little ping each time the date advances forward. And also note that there are 2 separate discs for the date. 1, 2, and 3, as well as 0 in the tens position, and you have the full 0 through 9 representation in the ones position. All right, so nice and easy there to advance the date. It's about a half turn to advance the date each time. All right, pull the crown out to the final position, and note that the seconds hand does have that hacking or stop seconds function, so you can then actually place that minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the position of that seconds hand. Line it up with your atomic clock, press the crown all the way back in to ensure the waterproofness of this watch. Now the waterproofness is 30 meters or 100 feet, so I wouldn't take this more than, surface swimmable at most. You can take this to your backyard pool, you can take it to the ocean just fine. Just be sure to rinse it off with clear water afterwards. All right, so what makes all of this work? It is the movement, the 691, I believe. It's right there on the movement. The 691. Yeah, it has a total of 50 hours of power reserve, I believe. Now, I'm not entirely certain. Yes, 50 hours of power reserve beats at a frequency of 28,800 vibrations per hour, so nice and high beat rate. You have the 4 hertz or 8 times per second movement for that small seconds hand, so you can be certain that you're keeping track of time just fine. And this is Zenith. So Zenith is kind of not as big of a watchmaker as Rolex, but they have made their own movements and placed them into Rolex watches. Specifically, there's a Zenith El Primero movement found in the older generation of Daytonas. And certainly they've been making movements for other watch manufacturers. They can certainly make their own movements with no problem at all. So I have full confidence that this movement is actually comparable to that of what Rolex is able to put out, or even the higher watch brands as well. And taking a look at the framing of this watch, let's zoom out a bit. We have a black alligator leather strap matching contrasting rather, beige interior with a matching black stitching going all the way through. All right, large scales closer to the case, and the scales become a little bit smaller as you get closer to the end of each strap. Now, this is a double deployment, just a pull open double deployment clasp. As you can see, you have the Zenith logo nice and sandblasted inside that smooth clasp. You also have hallmarks on here to show that you are dealing with rose gold in this clasp, as well as on the case. You have a pin buckle style function here. There's a lock underneath that allows you to then open it up and then pull the pin out and size it accordingly to your wrist. All right, now while we're here, I can actually show it on my wrist, wear it myself, so you have an idea of how it wears and how it feels. Okay, so I have this size to the absolute maximum, so this is not going to be, tight to my wrist, but keep in mind my wrist is about 7 inches or 18 centimeters in circumference. So if I were to pull this closer to me, well, it is a bit large on my wrist because, well, I prefer 36 millimeters myself, but a 40 millimeter is probably as high as I would ever go, but it's fine because the lugs sort of protrude outward from the case. As you can see, there's plenty of space underneath these lugs on the sides here, so you can then, you have plenty of breathing room underneath the leather straps, which is fine in my case. And that's actually a good part as well, because it does allow for a little bit more of that framing of the bracelet, or the strap in this case. So pretty good. If your wrist is larger than mine, it would fit much better. Your wrist, I probably wouldn't go smaller than, say, 16 centimeters or maybe 6.5 inches in circumference. All right, and when it comes to the overall weight, the wearability, given that this is all rose gold, it's actually incredibly light. And with that very, very small form factor, it slides very easily under a suit cuff, so it definitely suits the dressier style, as obviously indicated by the leather strap. Also, the high contrast face here makes it incredibly easy to read at any time of the day. All right, so enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? It's kind of an older generation Zenith Class Elite Moonphase watch here. And also, let me also demonstrate here. There's a Moonphase complication on here that can be set using the pusher. So all you need to do is just set it, press the pusher on the 8 o'clock side of the case to advance the moon phase at the 6 o'clock position. Now, I think generally certain times of the day may require, it may be important to not do so during the time that the date wheel is engaged. So let me move it to a better time of the day here. Alright, and there we go. The moon phase can be advanced nice and easily using the pusher at the 8 o'clock position, as long as the date wheel is not engaged. So between the hours of, say, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m., no issue there. All right, and doing so advances it by about a day or so. So the easiest way to do so is to find the nearest new moon when the moon is completely hidden, and then just advance it by, and click it by however many days since the last new moon. So just advance it to wherever it happens to be, wherever the moon happens to be, and you're good to go. No need to mess with this until the moon actually leaves the orbit of the Earth. But that's all physics, that's all astronomy. Neither here nor there. But, you know, this will be keeping track of time just fine beyond that point. Anyway, let us know what you think down in the comments below about this Zenith Class Elite Moonphase Grande date. And be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe as well and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can get it for the lowest possible price anywhere online. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.